You're listening to Heathers Do Vegas. Join your go-to duo for all things celebrity gossip, reality TV reviews, fashion tips, and of course, all the inside scoop on Sin City.
Is that going on your podcast?
Hello and welcome to Heathers Do Vegas. I'm Heather Ashley.
I'm Heather Nicole. Hi, Heather. Welcome to January. End of January.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Can't wait for February.
Cheers to all those people that were doing dry January. You're done being boring.
We have 2 more days left.
I know. I will buy you a 6-pack.
I know. God bless. That's a great challenge. Did you stick to any resolutions? Or
I
did
tried.
you make any? You tried, but you didn't stick to it.
You know, I always do dry Amazon January, and I usually make it about 15 or 20 days.
Right, yeah.
So at least I tried.
That's good. No, that's good. Right on. Well, as we wrap up January and we're slowly approaching the spring, that is when girls like us get very excited for the Oscars.
Yes.
They're coming fast and furious, and the nominations are out. Interesting. Some really good ones. There were some snubs.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
It looks like Pam was left off, which we both thought she was really good. That film, I don't think got a single nominee, and it was, I don't want to say, not glamorous or prepared, right? It didn't really have a score. It didn't have a lot of dialogue, but it was Vegas nonetheless. So every scene was perfect. They shot every scene perfectly. But I will say, I don't know if you saw that Timothée Chalamet, that movie was nominated for a bunch.
I did. I saw that.
He hosted SNL, and his opening monologue was, I've been nominated. He's like, I just can't win. He's like, let me practice my speech. And they gave the award to Keenan, and they showed him mad dogging the screen. So I don't know if that was his attempt at winning, but I'm still not going to watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm just not that interested in that. But good for him, and congrats to all the nominees. Our girl Demi nominated again.
I called it.
She won the Globe, right? Previously. Yep. So yeah, that's exciting. I'd like to see her win, just surely because of like her body of work. I'm not necessarily for that movie, but just her overall career. I think she's done some amazing work.
If she were to win, which I think her Golden Globe speech definitely made her the highest contender, she'd be number 6 for winning for a horror movie in the history of the Academy Awards.
Oh, interesting.
Because they just don't win, right? I think Get Out won a few, which was good when I watched it after the fact. But
so is that actually the category, or
no? She's best leading actress.
That's right. Okay, right. So period.
And then of course, they did nominate her other half, right? Elizabeth Sparkle's part, Margaret Qualley.
Which I just saw. I didn't realize that she's Andie MacDowell's daughter.
Yes.
I just saw that.
They don't really look too similar.
No, I wouldn't. And obviously the last name's different, so I would not have guessed that. But interesting.
Just her booty alone in that movie should have got a nomination.
Seriously, I mean, the fact that she had to wear that almost, unitard situation.
That movie got a ton of nominations, even Best Picture. I tried watching Amelia Perez, which I think got the second most. And I think I made it till they started singing, and I was like, I'm out.
I had a feeling you would be. I didn't want to, get you too riled up about it, because I did the same thing. I was close to, but I stuck it out, and I'm glad that I did. It was a very compelling story, and I think all of the actresses, Selena,
yeah, because she didn't get nominated.
But a very interesting movie, and a lot of great performances there. So
I'll try it again. It says all Best Picture nominees. All those movies are going to be back in the theater I mean, obviously Nicole Kidman got robbed, right?
She did. She got robbed. Yeah, she could have easily been nominated, but yeah. Well, at any rate, okay, we'll be reporting back on that. So early March is the show. So excited.
Yes.
Another funny thing I thought we should adopt into our new year is some slang, some new terms, new year, we need a little new vocabulary, to incorporate. We're kind of good about that actually. If we latch on to something, we really adopt it into, kind of our everyday. So I came across some fun Gen Alpha slang, and I wanted to see, let's test it out. I want to see
Okay.
what you know, what you don't know. And then, what we can like take into our everyday.
All right.
All right. So first word, she's. S. Oh, let me put my glasses. Steez. Steez. So it's style with ease. Like that skater has steez.
Okay. I like that one.
Steez. Okay. I can
That's
see.
fire.
We could do that.
I'm still stuck on bussin' and mega bussin', which nobody says anymore. Or mid. Keep going.
Man, yeah. Gagged. Okay, so it sounds kind of gross, but to be amazed, like you're, kind of like gagging because
Instead of I died or I'm dead.
right, I died. Right,
Yeah.
gag.
Okay. That one's mid.
808 crash out. This one's a little goofy, but it's being over dramatic. So being over dramatic in your reaction to a normal situation.
Nope.
Glazing. Overhype something that someone else does. So you'd be like, stop glazing on that.
Yeah. Yep. I like that one.
Who's the diva? I mean, this is like, seems like a normal, like something we've probably said
Right.
all our life.
I know what Justin Baldoni would say to that one.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, we know. And it's all in the context and the tone.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting one, and it has a little bit of a deep background, which I won't get into, but there's this whole thing out there about these poses done on a runway. And each pose has a number. And for some reason, pose 28 has stuck. And there's all these TikTok videos of, these kids, and they go pose 28, and they like jump and put their arms behind their back and like kind of spread their legs out straight. So they yell pose 28, and they jump and do the pose.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Look it up. I think you have to see the videos, and it'll resonate.
That sounds like something I would do.
So I don't know, Steez, gagged. All right.
I know what pose I do know. 69. Just kidding. Okay, keep going.
All right, kids, we'll be bringing that one back in style. Oh my gosh. All right. So speaking of Justin Baldoni, we have to bring this back up again. We haven't talked about the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively fiasco in a while, but there's been just so many things coming out, all of this new, the accusations, the receipts. It's just it's like each day, there's something new. So I want to get your thoughts on some of this and kind of hash it out. Okay, so one, the footage that he released, released of the scene, some of the scenes that were shot, romantic scenes, that was part of a montage in the movie where they're dating and they're dancing, and they're not on script because they know that there won't be actual dialogue. It's just music. And so they have subtitles, and they're saying, he's smelling, tell her she smells nice. And she's like, oh, it's my spray tan. And then she shades him about his nose. What's your whole take on that?
Okay, so I don't have like 10 minutes of my life to waste on this at this time, but I watched like 3 or 4 minutes and I was surprised I thought there was more intimacy than conveyed in the press between the two of them,
In the
right? There
movie
was
in general?
in that dancing scene.
Hmm.
Now, I do want to go back and watch the movie and see what I think about it now. But and then I thought it was interesting what they were talking about. Did he seem a little forward? Maybe. But nonetheless, I was surprised at the tactic in general. Now, the surprising thing that um to note on this is two things. One is I was already right. I called it. They'll never be the same. I think Bethany actually just said the same thing in a post. She was like, they should just end this now before you can see where it's going to go, right? Their trial is set for March 2026.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone says they're just going to settle. I think it's just a matter of how much they want to drag each other until that they get to that point. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds is being dragged for clowning Justin in his Deadpool movie, which seems pretty apparent. I don't really think you can defend him on that. And then there's a theory, did Justin and Blake have a
Yes.
flirtation
Mm-hmm.
that led to jealousy? And
Mm-hmm.
now this is all sort of like a cover up and a backlash.
Which kind of aligns by the stuff they've released on her saying come into my trailer while I'm breastfeeding. That does align, right? There's an intimacy cross that we didn't think. But for me just to bottom line it, I think he's a little bit of a creeper, right?
Mhm.
And and I'm a Blake stan, and I stand for no one. She's a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
I have yet to see one video where she's being nice to someone. She's just being a control freak and calling the shots. In every video, they keep showing fashion show videos where no one will talk to her that's seated next to her, like at that Michael Kors video. I just think that speaks volumes to how the underlying things that are not said in Hollywood. It's just this: if they don't end this in the next month or two, it's just going to be career suicide for all three of them.
It'll be
Ryan
the
included.
at the end of them.
Well, why would anyone want to work with any of them if they see what they're capable of outside of what the movie brings?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So prediction, they're going to settle this. I would say like within the next 90 days.
Well, let's hope so we can see her Met Gala look, because if not, she's not. I don't think Anna would tour with.
I know. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think she's going to show up to the Super Bowl game with Taylor?
No.
Yeah, I don't think she should.
I mean, from everything I've read, she's taking this poorly at home. I don't think anyone should have to experience what any of them are experiencing, but she's living with it now all the time, 24/7.
Yeah, no, they are
Had
in
she
very
not filed,
deep.
who knows what would have happened?
Yeah. Another crazy thing I saw recently, Cardi B unveiled a butt crack tattoo.
I mean,
Insane.
there's drinking a lot, but then there's drinking way too much, man.
She's done some crazy things, but that is insane.
Who do we need to give alcohol to get a Heather tattoo? This is the age-old question.
There we go.
Somebody else has to get Heather tattooed on them.
All right, here's what we need. We need to start the Heather tattoo challenge.
Yes.
Roll the camera, get TikTok going. Let's go.
Yeah.
The Heather tattoo challenge, wherever you want it, folks. Another dramatic change. Lizzo has lost a ton of weight. She's hit a weight loss goal. She's lost 16% of her body fat in 2 years, looking dramatically different. She says it is not due to GLP-1s, that she's just working out, weightlifting.
Nope. No, ma'am.
But, she's a large girl, and anything you start doing is going to make a big difference. So
she's been in the business for what? I think she's been in the industry for like 30, 20, 30, 40 years, something like that. And she only came up like in the last however many. kind of speaks to her character, because there's not a single good story that comes out about her. So
Yeah. Well, things
I
can
don't need a
change.
flute player anytime soon.
Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann, this is speaking of your medication in the refrigerator. So Kim called the cops on Christmas Day or Christmas night and was telling the cops that Kroy was stealing her medication from the refrigerator that cost like $500 a piece. And these two just cannot stop.
Well, I saw the video of the US, whoever was her movers, that they called the cops when Kroy was standing in front of the truck, Kim's truck, to move her stuff out of the house. The house was empty for the most part, but to me, at the end of the day, Kroy is scary to me. When you
He's become scary.
I think he was probably always like that, and she was just so enamored with the good part of it that she thought, I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. She always seemed like the crazy one, and he seemed to be the one that was more subdued and like calmed her down. Yes, yeah. I mean, she didn't like try to sugarcoat it, but maybe she just drove him nuts.
No, I think she was always, what you see is what you get. But any show she's on, I'll watch. She's interesting. Put her on the Traitors.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, she'd be perfect.
The real question is, why has he not been arrested for, like, how is she not afraid that he's gonna hit her?
Yeah, I don't know how they've lived in that house together. I guess they're out now, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
No. Well, our local resident DJ, Steve Aoki, I didn't realize he's married. He's married, and he is going to have a baby with his wife. They did a gender reveal at one of his shows. It was really cute. And they had a cake, and he put his face in the cake, and then once he pulled his face out, he could see the color of the cake.
Mm.
And then that's how they knew the gender of the baby, or they revealed the gender of the baby.
Now, I haven't been on the 15 a lot lately, our freeway here, but I'm going to say, where does Steve Aoki DJ? That's where I would see the billboard.
He's always somewhere.
I know where he's at, where James Kennedy was.
Speaking of, Allie Luber, they've broken up.
Yeah.
And I guess I would think she's moved out of the house. I don't think she owns the house. But yeah, they broke up. I thought that was real quiet. I didn't hear much about that.
She was looking for a reason to break up with him because the show wasn't renewed.
Exactly right. I do want to say this really quick. When I was looking up Steve Aoki, it's saying his net worth is $95 million.
Which makes no sense because he has I guess he would have tracks that he would produce, right? Because that's where all the money is. Because if you get like
endorsements,
one single credit for like a Taylor Swift song, you get lifetime of
residuals. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, dang. Okay, we need to start DJing. It's never too late.
I know. We'll DJ for Heather Tattoos. I don't know if they'd like our playlist. It would go from, Steve Aoki to like Whitney Houston.
True.
A little bit of
we'd
Sierra in there.
Yeah, I think we kind of appeal to a lot of demographics, so I wouldn't undersell us. You will be proud of me. I've started watching the Traitors.
And what do you think?
Watched the first 2 episodes. I am hooked.
Yeah, it's good TV.
Don't tell me I don't want to know beyond. I mean, I think I know a couple little things from watching some stuff, but I am really hooked on this show. I really like it. My only criticism at this point is that there's such a cast of characters. It's difficult to kind of keep track a little bit. And then I'm worried because there's just like a contingency of Bravo celebrities that I'm familiar with. All of the other people, Survivor and Big Brother and all these other people, I don't have a clue who they are.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping maybe by watching, I get more invested in them and their personality and it won't matter to me. But right off the bat, all I care about are the Bravo people.
Yeah, they did a good job with the way they did the
Mhm.
show because
Yeah.
you're half the time you're just intrigued because you know who the traitor is, but then you're trying to figure out why it's not obvious to the other people when you
Mhm.
watch that person's behavior. It's really a good job. It's like a amalgamation of all the shows put together because I can't stand Survivor.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, I enjoy it. They do a good job. It moves pretty quick,
Yes.
and it is fascinating to watch them all interact and what they say and their
Mhm.
just reactions to everything. So,
Are you
yeah.
on season 3?
Yeah, season 3. That second
So
episode. Yeah.
season 2 had more Bravo people.
Bravo people. Okay.
So it was more fun to watch. Phaedra was on that one.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And it
Okay.
was very entertaining.
Okay. All right, more to follow on that because now we are
I'm
both on
excited. Yeah,
the
that's
same page
good
with the
news.
Traitors. We have 2 housewife reunions going on almost simultaneously. So this is juicy. So Salt Lake already kicked off, and so I wanted to ask you, let's, quickly go through the looks.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, whose look did you think is guy hot or girl hot?
So I think most of the red on Salt Lake is guy hot. Guys love
Mhm.
red.
Yeah.
Whitney is for sure guy hot with that slit. I personally thought Angie's looked best on TV,
Yes.
and then Mary's looked the most hot couture. Bronwyn was appropriate. I think the dress is ridiculous, but it still fits
Mhm.
the Met Gala. It fits the reunion. What do you think?
I'm along those lines. Definitely Angie was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she got away with pink. It looks pink to me,
Yeah,
unless
I
I'm.
always think in my mind, what'd they tell them?
Uh, so I'm not sure how that happened, but hey, I will take a pink gown. Hers was amazing. Meredith just, for me, it's one more nail in the coffin for her. They really need to rush her out. And I think that she just should be retired altogether. I really don't even want to see her as a friend of. I don't think
So
she brings anything to the show.
Brooks designed that gown, which is interesting. Her son,
Mm.
but you can tell there was a recurrent theme with calling her, especially Mean Girls. I think at least you see a little bit of Lisa's other side of her character, even though her Kerastase hair commercials are absolutely awful. It seems like they let her go with the first take, or she recorded
Yeah.
them on her phone. They're that bad. Whose hair is pretty? Mine by Care. I'm sorry. So Meredith, yeah, I just think that they don't even want to be around her. She doesn't
Yeah.
even have like normal conversation.
No, she doesn't bring anything. She's terribly boring, and she's just has like incoherent things. And the husband is insufferable. He really is. They both need to go. It's time.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm here for Bronwyn's first serving of the reunion. She was logical. She made sense. She owned her mistakes, saying that she was catering to Lisa. I thought that was a very interesting turnaround.
I did love the whole interaction about the jewelry, where
Yes, I did
Lisa
too.
calls her out on
So
the
what do you think
jewelry.
happened there? What do you think really happened there?
So what I think happened is that she called in the jeweler and they put on a show for the show that she was going to
Who
buy
called,
that.
Lisa or Bronwyn?
Bronwyn, when they had the jeweler come out to the Palm
So
Springs
she
house
said,
or in the
I
desert.
can record you on camera.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, like they're going to promote them, and they're going to buy something, but they weren't ever going to buy that with a show, the $4 million necklace and
Right.
all this stuff. And so they've probably been beating around the bush about buying something for whatever reason. And maybe the jeweler's a little pissed off. And, they're smart enough to go and contact or at least I think she said she had a relationship with
Mm-hmm.
the jeweler, and this is the game. And I'm not saying what Bronwyn did was like wrong, because what do they all do? I would do the same thing, is
Right. Can I borrow that? Yeah.
borrow stuff, or hey, I'm
I'll
going to bring
post
you
it.
on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
Same.
called trade.
Yeah.
It's called trade. It's done in every
Mm-hmm.
business. And but the way, I'm just surprised Bronwyn didn't just clarify that more, even though that sort of breaks the fourth wall in a way, or it kind of like tells the secrets or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you could put it in those terms, and I think people get it.
I did think it was interesting that I could see Lisa's point when Bronwyn and Lisa were arguing about the whole baby thing, that it shouldn't have been brought up on camera. And Lisa was like, she goes, I'm screwed here. I can't, either way I answer, I'm not going to win. And she was actually right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And really, I think if they wanted to keep the daughter off limits, like I think they said at some point,
Mm-hmm.
then they should have just said, hey, producers, we didn't realize that all this was going to unfold where Lisa knows the grandparents, and we don't want to have it a part of the show. And
do you think they can say that?
Maybe,
they can opt out?
Well, then maybe they just say, well, then we need to not include your daughter in the season at all, or something to that effect. I don't know. I don't think they have that much control, but to me, I guess in a perfect world, it could have gone down like that.
We'll see.
Yeah. We shall see. Okay. Roni. So their reunion kicked off. What did you think of those looks?
So none of those looks were guy hot at all. Not one. Even the one bodycon dress, which was Aaron. Men don't like sequins. We wear the sequins for the women, right?
Yeah.
And they also photograph well. Let's not kid ourselves, ladies, right?
Yeah.
I thought that Jenna's was iconic, the robe, but I liked Giselle's the best. Is that her name? Like Giselle, the Oscar Daler. Mm-hmm. I thought that was just breathtaking.
Yeah,
the black and gold.
That was nice. She surprised me with that. I was, glad to see she had a nice look. Definitely can do without Jenna. I get that. That's her, and she can carry that off. Not my thing. Same. And I really did like the model. What's her name? The one that's new this season.
Giselle,
that was
is
great.
That her name, Giselle?
Giselle's the Indian. The Indian girl with the short hair. Yeah, the one where it was like the black, white, gold sequin.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of that I like too. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name either.
They were both on the ends of each sofa. Yeah. Sai, I mean, she just is lackluster.
No, I did see that it was scandalous that they put out a casting request before they aired the reunion. So people are speculating as to what that means. I don't think that, if Uba's in Connecticut, I don't think that anyone with that energy should be on a show. Same with Meredith. Mm-hmm. She's like the Meredith of that show. Mm-hmm. I don't need that on my TV. I need a logical argument where I can see both sides. Screaming, yelling at someone. I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. She does nothing for the show, Uba. I could see her leaving easily and getting rid of Bren. Unless she's going to all of a sudden just go back to being like, cutie, flirty, goofy.
I think they'll keep her because that's the only way they're going to get people to watch.
True. I mean, she's just self-producing,
but I would guess because Aaron's having that baby in April, that it'll be a full year and a half before we see it. Like it'll be probably late 2026.
Yeah.
Because they're going to give her time to work through a newborn.
Get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. I mean, I would like to see a shakeup. So hopefully they do something.
Yeah.
And shake up the cast a little bit. All right, well, more to follow on that. Did you do anything fun this weekend? You have any Vegas adventures to share?
No, I'm just laying low in January. I've been thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
I could see why.
It's been a really,
we did
really
so
slow
much.
month.
Yeah.
It's been a slow month, and I'm struggling to find some like really fun headlines. I mean, there's still some great places I want to hit up, but we went to a UNLV men's basketball game over the weekend. It's been a couple years since we've done that, and that was fun to go back to Thomas and Mack.
Oh yeah.
Been a few years, and Thomas and Mack is such a great location, just in terms of getting off the freeway, and then you're close to the strip. So yeah, great game. And then we headed over to Forum Shops, and that's great because then there's just always a lot of fun things to do. And then another fun one while we're at Caesars, I wanted to point out that they redid the old barge bar.
Did you check it out?
Iconic. Went over there. It's called Caspian's Rock Roe, and it's very Art Deco, champagne caviar, kind of swanky, totally different vibe. There's no boat.
Now, in the previous barge, they had no walls on that bar. Is it still like an open concept?
No, completely different.
You go inside of it?
Yeah, if you go inside, it's very like walled in, a little stage for a small band, live band. And yeah, so it's very Art Deco. It's a little bit more of like that 20s chic, Gatsby chic vibe to it.
Now, whenever I host someone, they're always like, I can't believe you know where all the doors are at the casinos. I'm like, it's just something you pick up, right? Maybe we learned the hard way trying to get out. But Caesars, man, it's so dark in there. You get a little bit in there, you're like, did I drop a breadcrumb trail? Because it's a hard casino to.
It is a maze getting all around inside there. If you move off the casino floor, it is a very strange
And maybe it's because
pattern.
they kept adding to it, the old layout.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah, it's like they added on, and so now there's another hallway. And
so if you guys go to the club, which I don't even know if the club's still there, I think it is, right?
Omnia.
Yeah, it's like way inside the middle of the casino.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get dropped off, you gotta like go around a corner to find it.
Go huff it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we did check out a few of the little gift shops, which like I'm obsessed with.
Did you find anything good?
Found a few little cute trinkets, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was fun. Good time. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Caesars. I mean, it's a classic.
Well, there's everything. It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, it is. One-stop shop, yeah. Great restaurants and little shows and great little bars to hop into. So
there's even
people
a store
watching.
Like hidden off the parking garage elevators.
Yeah, that one drop off in that tunnel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one right there. There is one right there. Yeah, had to hit that one up too. Okay. Well, that does it for us. So make sure you follow us Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Like us, comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Watch my crazy videos with my mom.
Oh yeah.
She's yeah. She's Steez. Steez? Did I say it right?
Steez, yeah.
Steez.
Style with ease.
Yes.
And I think we have to get her to do a pose 28.
Yeah, she told me she was going to start charging me. But yet I look on my phone and there's another video. I'm like,
oh my gosh, so much content. Yeah, so check it out, guys. It's all there. And until next time, don't do anything
we wouldn't do.
Bye.